The pandemic has nearly emptied San Francisco's Chinatown, and a wave of anti-Asian sentiment only made things worse. But KPIX5's Devin Feely reports an ancient tradition could provide a glimpse into the neighborhood's future.
If you walk the streets of San Francisco's Chinatown today, you will notice a riot of colors on quiet, largely empty streets. It's like a sparkling sequins dress at a party with no guests. There was real hope that this new year might bring relief and recovery and rebirth, and it still might, but it hasn't yet. So in the meantime, Chinatown is searching its roots and its reflection in the mirror. Instruments, clanging pots and pans, the precursor of today's cymbals and drums, were meant to spook the monster, prevent it from trailing us into a new year. And after the year that we've had, keeping the demons of disease and division and frankly despair at bay would be a tall order indeed.
A worldwide epidemic. Many millions of Americans may become infected.
There is no proven medical way to stop this coronavirus.
Coast to coast, the economy is in critical condition.
Bills have not stopped coming, though the paychecks in some cases have.
30 million Americans have filed for unemployment.
Chinatown is a ghost town.
Asian Americans are facing discrimination over a disease that does not discriminate.
A 91-year-old man knocked to the ground.
Battling a backlash of racial bias.
Kung flu, the Chinese virus, COVID-19.
It's not racist at all.
There is nothing normal about this summer in Chinatown.
San Francisco's Chinatown is on life support. The virus, in combination with a virulent strain of anti-Asian sentiment, has left its streets empty and its storefronts shuttered.
We feel like we're in quicksand.
Eva Lee with the Chinatown Merchants Association says Grant Avenue, the backbone of Chinatown's commercial district, has been paralyzed by the pandemic. Fewer than 50 of its roughly 200 restaurants and stores remain open. Fortunes will this new year, the year of the ox, bring? How will Chinatown recover? Will it manage somehow to emerge stronger, or more likely scarred and scared and weaker than it was pre-pandemic? To know for sure, you'd need to be a fortune teller or at least a fortune cookie factory owner.
We locked up for almost a year and a half now, coming up, right? And we got a life to live.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Eric with Eric C Productions, and you're watching Chinatown in San Francisco. This was filmed back earlier this month in 2021, and as you can see the iconic San Francisco Chinatown. It is actually, there was quite a few people right here. You don't see a lot of people, but we got there early in the morning, and we wanted to check it out. I have family that actually lived in Chinatown way back about 80 or 90 years ago, so I do have a little bit of roots in this city. And a lot has changed, I'm sure, since the time when my great-grandparents were here. But it's pretty much a tourist trap. You can see all the stores and other things that are there. But it's pretty cool to see the restaurants and the ambiance. And you can see everything from the food to the gift stores. I like the little red lanterns that they draped over the city. The streets, and my son decided he wanted to take a skateboard because he felt like, hey, I want to skate here and say that I skated in Chinatown. There's some of the older buildings there you can see in some bright colors. Bruce Lee, I guess he's pretty famous in Chinatown as well, even though he also came from that area too. He lived there, and he also, you know what, I don't even think he lived there. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look into that one. My sons here are posing. They took a lot of pictures as well, but I like the murals, the artwork, the colors. It's very bright, vibrant, as well as the smells. The smells actually smells unique. I've been to Chinatown in Los Angeles as well, but San Francisco is the place to be. And you can see that it was picking up, that there was more and more people there. I've just recently watched a news report, if you saw in the beginning, about how Chinatown is pretty much a ghost town. But when we were there was actually quite a few people there, and we're just like, wow, I mean, with all this anti-Asian sentiment and the pandemic, I guess maybe a lot of the people have been scared off, being there. But when we're there, it was actually kind of it was a nice day, and it was very, very cool. And actually, the weather was comfortable, and there was a lot happening there. A lot of people, a lot of things to see and do, and from what I understand, only 50 out of the 200 restaurants were open, or have been open, or opened up again. But there was a lot of markets, open air markets, kind of like a farmer's market. It was open, and there was a lot of different kinds of fruits and vegetables that we saw, and for the most part we had a lot of fun. You can see we're going through the alleyways. My son decided he wanted to skate in the alley, so kind of like people were staring and looking, but all in all, we had a lot of fun. We enjoyed being there. I haven't been there in probably about 10 or 15 years. Well, probably longer than that. No, it was about 15 years. We stopped over here, and again, this is another alleyway, and my son there skating. It was a very good experience, and I would recommend to anybody who's watching this video to head over there and check it out. At least once in your life, go see Chinatown in San Francisco, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. I'm sure you can find something to eat there, and authentic food, as well as get yourself a souvenir. So another funny little story is we were coming down, and we were seeing the police sitting there on the police officers were sitting in the intersection, blocking the intersection. We thought, what's going on? And it turns out they were having their lunch there. I guess they're there as maybe community support, to see if anybody was causing trouble. But I want to also thank my wife, who decided, let's go check out this area. It was her idea to come out to San Francisco to see Chinatown, as well as see my great-grandma. Actually, not my great-grandma, my grandma. But again, thank you for watching. This is Eric with Eric C Productions, and please subscribe. Thank you.